Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jayanti Jana Vallabha Girivardha Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Girivardhari Jaya Girivardhari Jaya Girivardhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Girivardhari Jaya Girivardhari Jaya Girivardhari Jaya Girivardhari Yatodantanna Brajajanrintanna Yatodantanna Brajajanrintanna Yatodan Devam Vishnupad Paramahams Parivrajagacharya Stotra Sri Srimad Brahmanu Churnam Grunandi Ete Aho Badasva Pachodo Gariyam Yajikva Krivartari Namadupyam Te Bhustavaste Juguvustasnurarya Brahmanu Churnam Grunandi Ete. Translation. Oh, how glorious are they whose tongues are chanting your holy name, even if born in the families of dog-eaters. Such persons are worshipable. Persons who chant the holy name of your Lordship must have executed all kinds of austerities and fire sacrifices, and achieved all the good manners of the Aryans. to be chanting the holy name of your Lordship. They must have bathed at holy places of pilgrimage, studied the Vedas, and fulfilled everything required. Report, as it is stated in the previous verse, a person who has once effortlessly chanted the holy name of Lord becomes immediately eligible to perform Vedic sacrifices. One should not be astonished by this statement of Srimad Bhagavatam. One should not disbelieve or think how, by chanting the holy name of the Lord, can one become a holy man to be compared to the most elevated Brahmana. To eradicate such doubts in the minds of unbelievers, this verse affirms that the stage of chanting of the holy name of the Lord is not sudden, but that the chanters have already performed all kinds of Vedic rituals and sacrifices. It is not very astounding, for no one in this life can chant the holy name of the Lord unless he has passed all lower stages, such as performing the Vedic ritualistic sacrifices, studying the Vedas, and practicing good behavior like that of the Aryans. All this must first have been done. Just as a student in a law class is to be understood to have already graduated from general education, anyone who is engaged in the chanting of the holy name of the Lord, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, must have already passed all lower stages. It is said that those who simply chant the holy name with the tip of the tongue are glorious. One does not even have to chant the holy name and understand the whole procedure, namely the offensive stage, offenseless stage, and pure stage. If the holy name is sounded on the tip of the tongue, that is also sufficient. It is said herein that Nama, a singular number, one name, Krishna or Rama, is sufficient. It is not that one has to chant all the holy names of the Lord. The holy names of the Lord are innumerable, and one does not have to chant all the names to prove that he has already undergone all the processes of Vedic ritualistic ceremonies. If one chants once only, it is to be understood that he has already passed all the examinations, not to speak of those who are chanting always, 24 hours a day. It is specifically said here, Tubhyam, unto you only. One must chant God's name, not as the Mayavadi philosophers say, any name, such as a demigod's name or the names of God's energies. Only the holy name of the Supreme Lord will be effective. Anyone who compares the holy name of the Supreme Lord to the names of the demigods is called Pashandi or an offender. The holy name has to be chanted to please the Supreme Lord and not for any sense gratification or professional purpose. If this pure mentality is there, then even though a person is born of a low family, such as a dog eaters, he is so glorious that not only has he purified himself, but he is quite competent to deliver others. He is competent to speak on the importance of the transcendental name, just as Thakura Haridasa did. He was apparently born in a family of Mohammedans, but because he was chanting the holy name of the Supreme Lord offenselessly, Lord Chaitanya empowered him to become the authority or acharya of spreading the name. It did not matter that he was born in a family which was not following the Vedic rules and regulations. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Advaita Prabhu accepted him as an authority because he was offenselessly chanting the name of the Lord. Authorities like Advaita Prabhu and Lord Chaitanya immediately accepted that he had already performed all kinds of austerities, studied the Vedas, and performed all sacrifices. That is automatically understood. There is a hereditary class of Brahmanas called the Smarta Brahmanas, however, who are of the opinion that even if such persons who are chanting the holy name of the Lord are accepted as purified, they still have to perform the Vedic rites or await their next birth in a family of Brahmanas so that they can perform the Vedic rituals. But actually, that is not the case. Such a man does not need to wait for the next birth to become purified. He is at once purified. It is understood that he has already performed all sorts of rites. It is the so-called Brahmanas who actually have to undergo different kinds of austerities before reaching that point of purification. There are many other Vedic performances which are not described here. All such Vedic rituals have been already performed by the chanters of the holy name. The word Juhuvu means that the chanters of the holy name have already performed all kinds of sacrifices. Sasnuhu means that they have already traveled to all the holy places of pilgrimage and taken part in purificatory activities at those places. They are called Arya because they have already finished all these requirements and therefore they must be among the Aryans or those who have qualified themselves to become Aryans. Aryan refers to those who are civilized, whose manners are regulated according to the Vedic rituals. Any devotee who is chanting the holy name of the Lord is the best kind of Aryan. Unless one studies the Vedas, one cannot become an Aryan, but it is automatically understood that the chanters have already studied all the Vedic literature. The specific word used here is anuchu, which means that because they have already completed all those recommended acts, they have become qualified to be spiritual masters. The very word grananti, which is used in this verse, means to be already established in the perfectional stage of ritualistic performances. If one is seated on the bench of a high court and is giving judgment on cases, it means that he has already passed all legal exams and is better than those who are engaged in the study of law or those expecting to study law in the future. In a similar way, persons who are chanting the holy name are transcendental to those who are actually performing the Vedic rituals and those who expect to be qualified, or in other words, those who are born in the families of Brahmanas but have not yet undergone the reformatory processes and who therefore expect to study the Vedic rituals and perform the sacrifices in the future. There are many Vedic statements in different places saying that anyone who chants the holy name of the Lord becomes immediately freed from conditional life, and that anyone who hears the holy name of the Lord, even though born of a family of dog eaters, also becomes liberated from the clutches of material entanglement. Om Tat Sat. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjanatulakaya Chakshurunmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prastaya Bhudale Srimade Jayapadaga Swaminidhi Namini Namacharya Padaya Nitai Kripa Pradayini गौरगदामदाया नगरग्रामदारिणे नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रस्थाय भूतले श्रीमदे भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिधि नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशधारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Hare Krishna. So, this sloka, Mother Devahudi is speaking. She is glorifying the holy name of the Supreme Lord. And she is the mother of Lord Kapila. And she is speaking to her son Kapila. So she is saying here, if anyone chants Krishna's names, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Anyone chants Krishna's names. So Prabhupada is writing that it doesn't occur all of a sudden. He must have performed previously all the other processes. What are all those processes? Mentioned here, Sopacho, Sopacha. Sopacha means uh, dog eaters. They are called Sopacha in Sanskrit. They will also say Chandala. Chandalas are called Sopacha, dog eaters. So they are lower than Sudras. Normally four varnas are there, no? Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Sudra. And during, at present, Varnashrama is completely uh, spoiled by Kalipurusha. Nobody can practice Varnashrama very strictly. Kaliuga at present it is not possible. But during Kapiladev's period, Varnashrama was prevalent and everybody was following perfectly. That is why this word Sopacha is used. So Sopacha, dog eaters, are lower than Sudras. So it's mentioned Ho Bada. Ho Bada means glorious. Oh, glorious. So even the dog eaters, Yajjikhvakre Vardade Namadupyam. So Devahuri is saying to Kapiladev, because Kapiladev is the incarnation of Krishna. So he's saying Namatupyam, your holy name, your holy name. Yajjikhva Agre Vardade. Jikhva Agre. Jikhva Agre means the tip of the tongue. Agra means the tip or the beginning. They will say like that. In the rituals also, they will say Agram, Moolam, Matyam. Rituals they will say this. So Agram means beginning. So here, Jitva Agre means tip of the tongue. If anyone chants your holy name in the tip of the tongue, that means even if he has taken birth in the dog eaters family, still he should be considered Adagariyan. Adagariyan means he should be considered as worshipable. Some other place Prabhupada is writing that they should be treated as the second initiated Brahmana. Like that Prabhupada is writing some other place. So they are worshipable, even though they have taken birth in the dog eaters family. A very nice pastime during Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's period. When here also it's mentioned Advaita Prabhu. Advaita Prabhu means Advaita Acharya, one of the Panchatattva, Lord's associates, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's associates. Advaita Acharya is the incarnation of Mahavishnu. He appeared 500 years ago along with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So this Advaita Acharya took birth in the family of Brahmana. So when he was mentioned not in Chaitanya Charitamrita, but in Chaitanya Bhagavata is mentioned this particular pastime. So when Advaita Acharya he actually performed Shraddha Shraddha means Tidi. They will do this Shraddha ceremony for the forefathers. So in West Bengal, actually, Advaita Acharya's house it is there in, um, what is that place actually? Advaita Acharya's house? Huh? Santipur, sorry, Santipur. In Santipur, Advaita Acharya's house is there. So in his house, he performed this Shraddha ceremony for his forefathers. Normally, in the Shraddha ceremony, they will uh, invite Brahmanas, Smarta Brahmanas. Smarta Brahmanas means those who have taken birth in the family of Brahmanas. They are called Smarta Brahmanas. Smarta means they are very expert in following all the rituals. But one thing is there, as per Nandi Deva, that is Lord Shiva's uh, carrier, the Nandi Deva, Nandigeshwara, he gave curse to all the Brahmanas. It is coming in Srimad Bhagavatam, fourth canto. So Nandigeshwara, he gave a curse because Daksha, he insulted Lord Shiva in the Daksha Yajna. When Daksha was performing an yajna, and all the demigods, they stood up to receive Daksha in the sacrificial arena. At that time, Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma, they were sitting down, they didn't get up. Because Brahma was the father of Daksha, so he didn't get up. It is okay. So Daksha, he understood it. But Lord Shiva is his son-in-law. So why he didn't get up? So externally, Lord Shiva was the son-in-law of Daksha. But spiritually, Lord Shiva was situated in a very high level, highly elevated stage. So Daksha became very angry. This Shiva is my son-in-law, but he insulted me by not getting up. So because of, he started criticizing Lord Shiva in front of all the demigods. And finally, he gave a curse also. He said that Lord Shiva will not get a share from the yajnas. He gave this curse to Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva was highly grave, internally very grave. Santa is mentioned. Very peaceful internally because Lord Shiva was always meditating on Lord Krishna internally. Tattvam Visuddham Vasudeva Sabdidam. So Lord Shiva was not at all agitated and he was silent. But Nandigeshwara, he became agitated. This Daksha is criticizing my master. How can I tolerate this? Nandigeshwara got up and gave curse to all the Brahmanas. He said, all those Brahmanas, Smarta Brahmanas, those who have taken birth in the family of Brahmanas, following all the Vedic rituals, they are very expert in following Vedic rituals, but they will not have inclination towards spiritual life. This is the curse Nandikeshwara gave to all the Brahmanas. Prabhupada is writing in the Bhagavatam purports, this curse of Nandikeshwara, now it is functional in Kali Yuga. It is working in Kali Yuga now. I have also seen many instances. So Smarta Brahmanas, they are expert in following all the rituals, but they will not have inclination towards developing bhakti, love for the Lord, love for Krishna, Krishna prema. They will not have inclination. But they are expert in chanting all the Vedic mantras. So this is because of Nandikeshwara's curse. So here it's mentioned, this Advaita Acharya, So in Shraddha ceremony, he has to invite some brahmanas, smarta brahmanas, for feeding. Smarta brahmanas, actually that's a procedure in Shraddha ceremony. So Advaita Acharya, what he did, he instead of calling smarta brahmanas, he invited Haridas Thakur. Haridas Thakur, uh, he was from a Mohammedan family, Muslim family, but he was always chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. He was always chanting Hare Krishna mantra. 3 lakh names he was chanting every day. Glorious devotee, Namacharya. He was the Acharya for the holy name. And he used to chant 22 hours every day. Not possible for an ordinary man, unimaginable. 22 hours he used to chant. 2 hours only. Within 2 hours only, everything he has to do. Eating, sleeping, everything he has to do. Washing, taking bath. Everything he has to do within 2 hours. How it is possible? Actually, Haridas Thakur, because of his constant chanting of the holy name of Krishna, actually, he was above the modes of material nature. He crossed the 3 modes of material nature. That's why it was possible for him to chant 22 hours every day up to his life. So even though he took birth from a Mohammedan family, Haridas Thakur was accepted by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as a Namacharya. So Advaita Acharya called Haridas Thakur instead of calling Smarta Brahmana for feeding. So he gave Vishnu Prasada to Haridas Thakur. So Haridas Thakur actually said, "Oh Advaita Acharya, you are from a respectable Brahmana family. If you call me, all the Brahmanas will criticize you. You will get bad name. You are a respectable person. So why you are inviting me? I am from Mohammedan family." Like that, Haridas Thakur actually always he was feeling very humble only. This is the lakshana of advancement in spiritual life. If someone is advancing in spiritual life, he will become very humble. He is freed from the influence of false ego, nirmamo, nirahangaraha. Because of false ego only, people are becoming very proud in this material world. But when we advance in spiritual life, that means proportionately is freed from the influence of false ego. So he will become very humble. So Haridas Thakur, he was always feeling humble and he spoke like this to Advaita Acharya. But Advaita Acharya knew very well the pure devotion of Haridas Thakur. He said, "Oh Haridas, feeding you, it is equivalent to feeding 10 million Brahmanas." Said like this. Right? Feeding you, that is Haridas Thakur. You are chanting 3 lakh names every day. Is equivalent to feeding 10 million Brahmanas. It's coming in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. So, like that he answered and he gave Vishnu Prasada to Haridas Thakur. All the other Brahmanas, Smarta Brahmanas, became very angry and they started criticizing Advaita Acharya. Without calling us, by birth we are Brahmana. So why you didn't call us? You have called this person from a Mohammedan family. You are insulting all of us. So all the Brahmanas, they got on his case and started criticizing Advaita Acharya. So Advaita Acharya, what he did know, it's mentioned in Chaitanya Bhagavata. It's first time mentioned in Chaitanya Bhagavata. Advaita Acharya, what he did know, he gave one wood piece to everyone. Wood piece. to all the Brahmanas he gave. So he said, you are all powerful Brahmanas. So by chanting mantras alone, you please ignite fire with this wood piece in the yajna. By blowing, by chanting mantras and blowing, you please create fire in the yajna. So like that, Advaitacharya told and gave each Brahmana one wood piece. So all the Brahmanas, they were doing this oof, 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 oof. They were doing this blowing repeatedly, but nothing happened. Finally, Advaita Acharya called Haridas Thakur and he gave one wood piece to Haridas Thakur. Oh, Haridas Thakur, please ignite fire with this wood piece by chanting mantras. Haridas Thakur chanted Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Simply by chanting Hare Krishna mantra and he ignited fire that wood piece, and immediately fire sacrifice was growing very nicely. Then all the Brahmanas actually they were surprised. How is this possible for a Mohammedan? They understood the power of chanting the holy name of the Lord. So Advaita Acharya proved this in front of all the Brahmanas. It happened in Kantipur, Advaita Acharya's house. So that's why it's mentioned here, Aho Bada Sopacha. Even though he has taken birth in a family of dog eaters, if he chants Krishna's names, Prabhupada is writing, even one need not chant the full name of the Lord. One name, that is Krishna, Rama, that itself is enough. Prabhupada is writing here. See, if the holy name is sounded on the tip of the tongue, that is also sufficient. It is said here in that Nama, a singular number, one name, Krishna or Rama is sufficient. One name, just Krishna or Rama. Why? Because Krishna, he has, out of his own sweet will, he has invested all the divine potencies inside the holy name. I used to say in lectures, Namna Makari Bahuda Nija Sarvasakti. Nija Sarvasakti means, Sarva means all. Nija means original. What is this original Sakti? Is there any duplicate Sakti? Yes. Maya is called duplicate energy only. Chaya Sakti. Shadow energy of the Lord. Maya is the shadow energy of the Lord. And all Krishna happening through the divine potency of the Lord. Yogamaya. Yogamaya is different. Mahamaya is different. Mahamaya is the shadow energy of the Lord. So Nija Sarva Sakti means Krishna has invested all his divine potencies in his holy name. This Krishna has, out of his sweet will, he has done this. So that we can all approach Krishna by chanting his names. This is Krishna's mercy. See, Krishna, Pavitram Paramam Bhava. It is also mentioned in the Vedic literatures. Brahmaivasan Brahmapyedi. Prabhupada is quoting in Bhagavad Gita, 14th chapter. Brahmaivasan Brahmapyedi. Krishna is Parabrahman, and if you want to go near Krishna, then we should also become Brahman. It should be situated in the Brahman platform, and only we can approach Krishna. It is like if somebody wants to reach the sun planet, he should become fire, and only he can reach sun planet. Same way, Krishna is Parabrahman, so we should be in the platform of Brahman. Brahman means We should be situated in the soul platform. That is the meaning of Brahman. We should be in the soul platform. If we are always in the bodily platform, then we can never approach Krishna. So, approaching Krishna, it is not a joke. Avipakva Kashayanam is mentioned in the first canto of Bhagavatam. Avipakva Kashayanam. When we have material desires in the heart, then we cannot see Krishna. That is why we are not able to see Krishna. We all have material desires. Bodily identification is there. That is why we are not able to see Krishna with our present eyes. So that is why Krishna is so merciful for all the Kali Yuga people. Out of his own sweet will, he has invested all his divine potencies in the holy name. So that's why Abhinnatvat Namanamino, the holy name of Krishna and the Supreme Lord Krishna, both are same, they are non-different. Abhinnatvat. So Devahudi, Mother Devahudi is saying here, by chanting Krishna's names, okay, even if he is a dog eater, if he chants Krishna's names, he should be worshipable. He is a worshipable person. Because if someone chants Hare Krishna Mahamantra or Krishna's names, it is not happening all of a sudden. It will not happen. Before that, he should have performed many things. What are all those things? Tepus tapaste. Tapaste means he must have performed all types of austerities. Varieties of austerities are there, mentioned in the scriptures, Vedic literatures. He must have performed all types of austerities. Then only he can chant Krishna's names. This is Mother Devahudi's statement. And she is addressing the Supreme Lord, Kapila, Lord Kapila, who is her son. So she is saying that Tepus tapaste. He has already performed all types of austerities. Tapasya. So chanting the holy name of the Lord, it is not an ordinary thing. Not an ordinary thing. Because it is easily available, people are thinking, okay, it is very cheap. No. Holy name is non-different from Krishna. We can, every day, we can approach Krishna. We can have contact with Krishna by chanting his names. That faith, why that faith is not manifesting? The reason is because majority people are situated under Rajas and Tamas. That is why. As per Bhagavad Gita, Shraddhaya Paraya Taptam Tapastat Trividam Naraihi Appala Kankshibir Yuktaihi Satvigam Parichakshade. If people are situated in Sattva Guna, then Shraddhaya Paraya, then they will have transcendental faith. They will have spiritual faith. But the problem is, Kali Yuga people, majority are situated in Rajas and Tamas only. This mentioned in many scriptures. That is why, because of Rajas and Tamas, people are having material faith. So, whether Krishna is there in the holy name, doubt is there. Doubt is arising. But they will easily believe matter. Having faith on Krishna, believing the scriptures, Bhagavad Gita, it requires transcendental faith, the sattvic faith we need. Then only one can believe Krishna's teachings, Bhagavad Gita. So people are tada rajas tamo bhava kamaloba adayashchaya chetayetai anaviddam stidam sattve prashidati. Because of the influence of Rajas and Tamas, Kama Loba Adayaste. Kama Loba means greed, Adayaste means and so on. And so on. All these things are manifesting because of Rajas and Tamas only. kama, lust, greed, so many things are manifesting. Chetayetair anaviddam. Cheta, when our consciousness is not covered by the influence of rajas and tamas, then sthidam sattve prashidadi is situated in sattva. In that sattva stage only, evam prasanna manaso. Very nice. Srimad Bhagavatam is explaining very nicely. Only if we are in sattva then our mind will be very peaceful. Prasanna manaso. Bhagavat bhakti yoga Bhagavat tattva vijnanam muktasvandasya jayate. Only in sattva the knowledge about the Supreme Lord is revealed in our heart. Only in sattva. Problem is, we are all dealing with matter only all the time because of the influence of rajas and tamas. When rajoguna, when it is influencing us, naturally people are interested in doing varieties of material activities. Rajat karmani bhavada. Krishna is saying Bhagavad Gita. So, when we chant Krishna's names, by hearing also, Prabhupada is writing, even by hearing the sound vibration of the holy name, one is benefited, one is getting benefit. So, Tepus tapaste, he has already performed all types of austerities if he is chanting Hare Krishna mantra. So that is why Srila Prabhupada traveled the globe 14 times. And in his advanced age, he was spreading Hare Krishna Mahamantra to all the Westerners and requested everyone to chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Because Hare Krishna Mahamantra is the Yuga Dharma for Kali Yuga. Irrespective of caste, creed, religion, one can chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra because this is prescribed for Kali Yuga. By Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the Supreme Lord. So Tepus tapaste, then Jugu. Jugu means he has already performed all types of Vedic sacrifices. If he is chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra is actually not a joke. I have seen, because I am from that same Smarta family only. So I have seen many Smarta Brahmanas. When we say Hare Krishna Mahamantra, please chant. No. We will not chant. We know more than this. We know many mantras. We will not chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. I have seen many Smarta Brahmanas like this. So that is why to chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, one should be fortunate. And only he can chant. You should have faith. Little faith is required. Or we can say Ajnana Sukriti. Ajnana Sukriti means accumulation of the spiritual credits from many janmas. Because of the accumulation of all those spiritual credits, one will have faith on the Supreme Lord. One will have faith on Krishna's names. To develop faith on Krishna's names also, one has to take many janmas. One should have performed unknowingly spiritual activities. By the accumulation of all those spiritual credits only, one is developing faith on the holy day in one particular janma. So, developing faith on the holy name itself, it takes so much time. So, by Srila Prabhupada's mercy, we are all chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So, that is why ISKCON is requesting everyone, whoever is coming first time to ISKCON temple, they are requesting everyone, please chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Because Krishna is there in the holy day. So, Tepus tapaste juhuvu. Juhuvu means yajna, fire sacrifice. So, lots of sacrifice, fire sacrifices are mentioned in the scriptures. So many fire sacrifices are there for each demigods. So he has already performed all those five sacrifices. So he may not know the tantras. Tantras means the procedures for performing many yajnas. That's called tantras. He may not know the mantras for performing all these yajnas. Externally, it may look like that. But if he is chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, if he is chanting Krishna's names, he has already performed all the, in the previous janmas, he has already completed all the Vedic sacrifices. That is mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam is the Amalam Puranam. Amalam Puranam, spotless Puranam. Nigama Kalpadoro, Galitam Baram. Galitam Baram means the ripened fruit of the entire Vedic literature, Srimad Bhagavatam. That Srimad Bhagavatam is saying that when somebody is chanting Krishna's name, he has already performed all the Vedic sacrifices. We should believe Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam is Puranam Brahma Samhidam. Puranam Brahma Samhidam means Srimad Bhagavatam is the incarnation of Krishna. Literally incarnation of Krishna. It's mentioned in the 12th canto of Bhagavatam. The incarnation. Srimad Bhagavatam is incarnation. We should have that faith. So that Srimad Bhagavatam is saying, if anyone is chanting Krishna's name, he has already completed all the Vedic sacrifices. So one should not unnecessarily criticize. No, you have not taken birth in the family of Brahma, so you are not qualified. Actually, this past time happened during Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's period. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared 500 years ago in Navadvip, in West Bengal, he induced everyone to chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So, as usual, like Advaita Acharya faced, the same way, all these Smarta Brahmanas, how these mlechas, uncultured people, they have not taken birth in the family of Brahmanas and they are chanting Vedic mantras. Vedic mantra, Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Yes, Hare Krishna Mahamantra is from the Upanishad, Kali Santarana Upanishad. One of the 108 Upanishads are there, no? One of the Upanishads is Kali Santarana Upanishad. And in that Kali Santarana Upanishad, Lord Brahma is speaking to Narada Muni about the glories of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Idi Sodathakam Namna Kalikalmasanasanam Nataka Paradorobayaha Sarva Vedeshu Trishyate. These 16 names, Sodasakam, these 16 names composed of 32 syllables can only counteract the evil efforts of Kali Yuga. So Brahma is saying to Narada Muni, Nataka Paradara Ubayaha. Paradara Ubayaha means there is no superior method than these 16 names. Sarva Vedeshu Trishyate, even if we do research, studying all the scriptures, one cannot find any better method than these 16 names. Nataka Paradara Ubayaha. It is not possible. So Lord Brahma is saying, glorifying the Hare Krishna Mahamantra in Kali Santarana Upanishad. So all these Smarta Brahmanas, they became very angry. This is a Vedic mantra mentioned in the Upanishad. How all the people who have not taken birth in the Brahmana family, how they are able to chant this mantra? No, Vedic mantras only Brahmanas should chant. They became very hot and they went and complained to Chankasi. Chankasi was the Muslim ruler during Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's period. All the Brahmanas went and complained because of enviousness, because of envy only. How they can chant Vedic mantras? Vedic mantras only we will chant. See, envy. Envy is the problem. So, Chankasi was a Muslim ruler. He heard all these Brahmanas' complaints and he ordered that all the mridangas should be broken into pieces. Because this Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, He is spreading Hare Krishna Mahamantra everywhere throughout this Navadvip with his devotees by playing Vedangas and Kartals. So he ordered, Shankasi, Muslim ruler, he ordered, we should go and break all the Mridangas. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu should not do this Sankirtan openly. This is the Vedic mantra. Brahmanas have complained. So Shankasi gave this order. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu became very angry because he is a supreme lord. He descended only for this purpose, to spread the holy name. So within a short time, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu arranged huge number of devotees. And all the devotees, they were playing mridangas and kartals, and loudly singing Hare Krishna Mahamantra. They were proceeding towards Chankasi's house to protest. How you can stop our Sankirtan? So it is mentioned, Chankasi, when he ordered to break the Mridangas, no, that day night, Chankasi got a dream. And because he was a Muslim, no, he didn't know what is the name of the Lord and all. Narsimhadev, actually he narrated. He narrated to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu next day. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went with all the huge number of followers singing and dancing and playing Mridanga. And they were all standing in the entrance of the Chankasi's house. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu alone went inside. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went inside and had a discussion, detailed discussion with Chankasi. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu quoted from Quran also. He quoted from Quran also. Chanting the names of the Lord is authorized, even in your scripture, Quran. Why you are stopping? And very detailed discussion they had, and finally Chankasi revealed the secret. Oh, Mahaprabhu, when I ordered to break the Mridangas that day night, yesterday, I got a dream. In the dream, one peculiar person appeared. He was having lion face and with all the fearful nails. He was standing in my shoulder and actually threatened me. Roaring very heavily, he threatened me that if you stop Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Sankirtana movement, I will tear you into two pieces. Like that, he threatened me, and he just did a small scratching in my chest. Yesterday, I got this dream, and he opened the shirt and showed it to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu noticed all the marks also in his chest. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu smiled actually, because same Supreme Lord only appeared as Narsimhadev and threatened him in the dream. It happened. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also convinced him through Quran and many other scriptures, and convinced him fully that chanting Krishna's names is authorized. And from that day onwards, actually, Chankasi gave an order that nobody should stop Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Sankirtana movement. He gave this permanent order. Even now also you can see Chankasi became a devotee of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu after that. And Chankasi's Samadhi is there, and all Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's followers, they will all visit Chankasi's Samadhi. Tomb is there. And because he obeyed Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's orders, so Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's followers, all ISKCON devotees also, and Gaudiya Math devotees also. They will all visit Chankati Samadhi, they will pay respect to him. Even now also. So, this is actually same type of incident happened many times. Actually, it is mentioned Chaitanya Mahaprabhu during the discussion with Chankasi, I heard like this. He said, because all these Brahmanas are giving complaints that this is a Vedic mantra. Vedic mantra only Brahmanas by birth only can chant the Vedic mantras. So that is the complaint. Then he said, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Supreme Lord, no. So he changed. I heard like this. He changed the mantra. Hare Rama, he put in the second line, Hare Krishna in the first line. He changed the mantra. Because originally, in Kali Santarana Upanishad, you can see this mantra is there like this only. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare. Like this only mentioned in Kali Santarana Upanishad. I have studied Kali Santarana Upanishad, that specific slokas also I have studied. So in the Upanishad, it is mentioned like this only. Hare Rama first, Hare Krishna second. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu changed it into Hare Krishna first and Hare Rama second. Because to convince all the Brahmanas, he said like this. He did like this. Because you are all saying this Vedic mantra, so I am changing it. Hare Krishna on the first, Hare Rama on the second. He is the Supreme Lord, he can do that. So he said, now it is non-Vedic. It's not Veda mantra. So anybody can chant. Like that, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu changed. All the Brahmanas became completely silent. They couldn't argue anything. Because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Supreme Lord. He can change anything. In this way only Hare Krishna came the first line, Hare Rama the second line. That is why all ISKCON devotees, they are all chanting Hare Krishna first, Hare Rama second. Many times all Brahmanas, they asked me also. The Smarta Brahmana, they used to ask me, why are you chanting Hare Krishna first, Hare Rama second? This is the reason. We are not qualified to chant Vedic mantras, correct? We are not qualified. We don't have that purity. Kali Yuga, Kalayar Dosha Nidhe Rajan. Kali Yuga is full of faults only. And the standards are more and more degraded only because of the influence of Kali. So we are not qualified to chant Vedic mantras. But by the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we are allowed to chant Hare Krishna first and Hare Rama second. In this way, when we chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, we will get the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is Supreme Lord himself. That's why from that period onwards, Hare Krishna came first line, Hare Rama became second line. This is the pastime. So here, Devahudi also is saying, Juhu. So he has already completed all the Vedic sacrifices if he chants Krishna's name. Sasnur Arya. Sasnur means he has already taken bath in all the holy places of pilgrimage. So many holy places of pilgrimage is there, right? But if we chant Krishna's name, it is the shortcut. No need to travel all the holy places of pilgrimage, spending money, booking train tickets, and so much labor we have to take to visit all the holy places of pilgrimage. But if we chant Krishna's name, even in Adi Purana also, Krishna is saying to Arjuna, all the holy tirthas, holy places of pilgrimage, it is contained inside the holy name, inside Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Krishna has approved it in Adi Purana to Arjuna. So many places also it's mentioned. So when we chant Krishna's name, that means he has already visited all the holy places of pilgrimage. Sometimes elderly people, they cannot travel to all the holy places of pilgrimage. It's not possible. Health will not permit. So in that case, we can remember this. We can be pacified. Chanting Krishna's name is enough. It's enough. It is already fulfilled. So that is here. Devagudi also is saying same thing. Sasnor, taken bath in all the holy rivers. Then Arya means he is highly cultured person if he chants Krishna's names. By chanting Hare Krishna, Prabhupada is writing in some other book, Teachings of Lord Chaitanya. By chanting Hare Krishna, one can attain all perfection. all perfection. So many yogas are there, right? Ashtanga Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Sankhya Yoga, so many yogas are there. But by chanting Hare Krishna Mantra alone, one will get all perfection of following varieties of yoga. One will automatically get it. So, because that is actually Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy. Out of his costless mercy, he is distributing this Hare Krishna Mantra left and right to everyone. And Brahmanuchur means if he chants Krishna's names, he has already completed studying the entire scriptures. 4 Vedas are there. They don't know how many mantras are there in each Veda. They don't know. So many mantras are there in the Atharva Veda, Rig Veda and all. Vast, very vast scriptures. And 108 Upanishads are there, 18 Puranas, very vast Vedic literatures. But one cannot study all these scriptures. It's not possible. We don't have that much time. But here, shortcut is there. What is the shortcut? If we chant Krishna's name, Brahmanuchur is already completed studying the entire Vedic literatures. It is equivalent to that. Devahudi is confirming. Nama Grunandi Ete. Nama Grunandi means the deep word. Grunandi is the deep word. Grunandi means accepting to the heart. Accepting to the heart. Yes, holy name is non-different from Krishna. That faith we should have. With that faith, if we chant Hare Krishna Mantra, Krishna will surely, he will reciprocate. He will reciprocate to those chanters. So Prabhupada is saying, even if we chant, actually in chanting also 3 stages are there. Offensive stage, then clearing stage, and finally offensive stage. 3 stages are there in chanting Hare Krishna Mantra. But Prabhupada is writing in the purport, even if we chant in offensive stage also, still holy name is merciful. Holy name is more merciful than the Supreme Lord. The deities are there. One cannot touch the deity. Everybody cannot touch the deity and worship him. It's not possible. It should be qualified. But everybody can approach the holy name. Vachyam, Vachakam. The famous Acharya Srila Rupa Goswami, the direct disciple of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is writing in Namastakam, Vachyam, Vachakam. Vachakam means holy name. Vacham means deities. So deities now, to worship the deities, so many procedures are there, rules are there. Everybody cannot touch the deity. Yes, in Guru Ayur temple, everybody cannot touch Guru Ayur deity. It's not possible. So Vachyam, so many rules and regulations are there for worshipping the deities. But Vachakam, holy name, there are no rules and regulations. Anybody can chant Hare Krishna Mantra. Tatrarpida, Niyamida, Smarane Nakala. Nakala. If we don't get sleep, even 12 o'clock also we can chant Hare Krishna Mantra. Automatically we'll get sleep. We'll get sleep automatically. I have got many experience with many people also. If you don't get sleep, you can chant Hare Krishna Mantra. Automatically you will get sleep within 10 minutes. Niyamita. Niyamita means there are no rules and regulations. Without taking bath also one can chant Hare Krishna Mantra. Because this is the Yuga Dharma for Kali Yuga. For chanting Gayatri Mantra, yes, so many rules and regulations are there. One should have taken bath, clean dress you should be wearing, and rules and regulations are there. But for chanting Hare Krishna Mantra, Tatra Arpida Niyamita, no rules. One can chant without bath also. So, that is why holy name is supreme. All the Upanishads are glorifying the holy name of Krishna. Right? So, Devahudi is saying, Grunantiyete, if anyone has accepted this holy name with full conviction, and if he chants every day, he is getting all these benefits. So actually this opportunity is given to all of us by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is Krishna himself, and it is coming through Srila Prabhupada, our founder Acharya of ISKCON, right? So through Srila Prabhupada's mercy, we are actually allowed to chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, even though it is Vedic mantra. So we request everyone to please chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So actually, if we chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, his appearance day, it is coming on, I think, March 25th, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's appearance day. So we will easily get Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy if we chant Hare Krishna Mantra. Because the Supreme Lord Krishna, he appeared Namo Maha Vadanyaya. Vadanya means most beneficent, most magnanimous incarnation. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu doesn't consider whether he has taken birth in a good family or not, nothing he considers. He simply distributes Krishna Prema to everyone, whoever is chanting Krishna's names. So let us all grab this wonderful opportunity and chant more and more Hare Krishna Mahamantra, and let us go back to our original house, Krishna's place, Goloka Vrindavana. Okay? Thank you. Hare Krishna. Jai Srimad Bhagavatam ki. Patita Pavan Srila Prabhupada ki. Nitya Gaura Premanande.
Hare Krishna. நமது உரமான அங்கியை ஸ்ரீனிவாச ஹரிதாச பிரபுக்கு தெரிவித்துள்ளோம். யாருக்காவது சந்தேகங்கள், கேள்விகள், கருத்துக்கள் இருந்தால் நீங்க தெரிவிக்கணும். ஹரே கிருஷ்ணா. சந்தேகங்கள், கேள்விகள். ஹரே கிருஷ்ணா. Any doubts? Okay. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. நமது திருக்கோயிலுக்கு புதிதாக வந்த பக்தர்கள் தயவு செய்து முன்னாள். ஹரே கிருஷ்ணா. திரு பாபு ராஜேந்திரன் அவர்கள், மாதாஜி மோகனவல்லி, விஸ்வநாதன் பிரபு, சித்ரா அண்ட் மோகன சுந்தரம் அண்ட் பிரபாவதி, இவர்களுடைய ஆன்மீக நன்மைக்காக நமது மகாமந்திரத்தை ஒரு தடவை உறக்க சொல்லும்படி கேட்டுள்ளேன். ஹரே கிருஷ்ணா 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 ஹரே ஹரே, ஹரே ராம 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 ஹரே ஹரே. ஹரே கிருஷ்ணா. விருது பாலகிருஷ்ணன் அவர்கள் பவானியிலிருந்து வந்திருக்காங்க. ஹரே கிருஷ்ணா. அதுக்கப்புறம் ஒரு அறிவிப்பு, வருகின்ற மார்ச் 25 திங்கட்கிழமை நம்மளுடைய கௌரங்க மகாபிரபுவோட ஜெயந்தி கௌரவ பூர்ணிமா நம்ம செலிப்ரேட் பண்றோம். அன்றைய நாளில் கீர்த்தனை, சொற்பொழிவு மற்றும் அபிஷேகம், அந்த பிரசாதம் அனைத்து நிகழ்ச்சியும் நடைபெற உள்ளது. அனைவரும் பங்கு கொள்ளுமாறு கேட்டுக்கொள்கிறேன். ஹரே கிருஷ்ணா.